morning. Welcome to Modern Vegan Family. I'm Lisa Chell and you are in Chell's kitchen. It's a Sunday morning. We've got company. I'm getting ready for brunch. Just had my shower. It's a pajama day. It snowed like crazy last night. So I thought I'd invite you into the kitchen where I'm making our actual breakfast this morning. This is not a setup. This is our breakfast, and you're going to be joining us for brunch today in Chell's kitchen, where I am making my best ever tofu scramble, what I like to call Denver scramble. When I was a kid, my mom used to make these things called Denver scrambled eggs, and I hated them. I hated them because she put in dill pickles and onions and all these things that I didn't enjoy together as a kid. And then one day, all of a sudden, I had that snap moment where I just started loving them. So when I started making tofu scrambles, one day I just had this craving for a Denver scramble, and I've been making it like this ever since because I absolutely adore the addition of dill pickles into this scramble. So let's get scrambling. I've already got my frying pan on the stove. It's got about a tablespoon, somewhere a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil in it. And I'm going to get sauteing 1 large diced onion. Now, because we're going to be eating this breakfast, it's not just for you, the viewer. We have someone in the house who doesn't tolerate garlic very well, so I don't add garlic. But if you are a garlic lover, this would be a good time for you to also saute 1 to 2 cloves of crushed garlic. So we're just going to get the onion sauteing here. Today I've got purple onion because I made bean burgers last night, and of course you have to have slices of purple onion on your burgers. It's just amazing. So you've got the onion sauteing here, and in addition to that I have half of a chopped organic red pepper. So as always on Modern Vegan Family, I encourage you to use organic ingredients as much as possible. There's lots of ways in your food budget that you can make up for buying fresh organic produce if you think it's a little too expensive. I buy all my beans and grains organic and bulk from a provincial supplier, and they're so cheap to cook with that I can sometimes take a little extra in my budget for good or quality organic produce. So I've got that cooking, that's sauteing as well. Just going to turn it up a little bit here. You're going to get the sizzle sizzle, the sizzle sizzle of Chell's kitchen. And while I'm sizzling that, I'm going to throw in the chopped dill pickles. So I think I have anywhere between, these were pretty big dill pickles. So I used about 3, but you can use about 5 small ones, depends on the size of your dill pickles. Getting my merds mixed up. So that's frying in there. We got the onion, the pepper, the dill pickle. Now, if I had mushrooms in the fridge, I probably would have put in there some chopped up mushrooms. This is, of course, up to your taste. A scramble is amazing. You can add whatever veggies you like. I just really find the dill pickle, and when I haven't had dill pickles, I've also chopped in black olives, because they're in a brine as well. There's just something about them that adds a really awesome flavor to the scramble. So the scramble's doing well. Alright, so we've had this sauteing for a couple minutes. Now I'm going to add the spices. So this is about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 scant tablespoons of Bragg's liquid aminos. You could use tamari or soy sauce. I'm particularly fond of Bragg's. So throw that in there. That creates quite the sizzle. Then I'm going to throw in a teaspoon of organic turmeric and a teaspoon of organic paprika. And this is when I am going to shred in the tofu. So I have a brick here of extra firm, organic, non-GMO tofu and my shredder, and I'm just going to shred that right in. This kind of makes your vegan eggy consistency to the scramble. Very messy. But you know that already. You've seen other videos. I'm very messy in the kitchen. Alright, so just get all that tofu in there. You start to scramble it around and it picks up that nice color from the turmeric and the paprika. Of course, when I'm at home alone in the kitchen and I'm not doing a video, I tend to just sit and shake until it looks right. It's one thing I love about being in the kitchen. You know, you don't always have to follow a recipe exactly. You just start to cook more intuitively according to the things that you like or don't like. So the tofu doesn't need to be cooked very much. You just need to scramble it around till it picks up all the color and the different spices. Of course, it's going to absorb all of that flavor. And lastly, I'm going to start off with about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm not going to add any salt in there until I taste the final product because I did use the liquid aminos and they're quite salty. And then I have 2 tablespoons of nooch, or nutritional yeast. So that's going to give it a slightly cheesy flavor. That goes in and I mix that about. And then the last thing that we add to the scramble is 1 finely chopped or small diced tomato. This is a really lovely flavor to add at the end. I don't cook it too long, just till the tomato softens. Now, also at this point, if I have spinach in the fridge, I'll add spinach in here for some greens and just enough till it wilts. But today I did not have spinach, so we are just getting the scramble with the tomato as the final step. The tomato adds a nice little bit of moisture at the end. The scramble's quite dry up until then, so it adds just enough moisture to kind of really soften the tofu and soften the flavors. If you are a hot and spicy lover, this would be a good place where you could add some cayenne. So I'm going to take a little taste and see if it's salty enough. It's just right, so I'm not going to add any salt. If people want to add salt at their own plate, they can. So here we have a nice plate. This is what we're having for brunch this morning. We're going to have our scramble on some nice Silver Hills organic sprouted whole grain bread, a little bit of steamed asparagus on the side. This is a beautiful brunch meal. One of the meals that I always like to serve to guests that come to my house that are not yet vegan because it's just really nourishing and satisfying, and it helps people get over their fear of tofu because it tastes so good and it's absorbed all these beautiful flavors. I just garnish it a little bit with some fresh parsley. So there you have it. Beautiful brunch meal. We're going to sit down and eat and relax in our pajamas for a bit on this snow day. Thanks for coming to Modern Vegan Family. Please subscribe to the channel. More content going up all the time. Peace, love, and plants.